From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and welcome to your MTN Noon News for this Tuesday. I'm Charlie Klepps. Let's get right to our top story. While parts of the state are getting rain to cool things off, the rest of the week and summer so far have been dry for many others. Some Montana National Guard soldiers are now ready to respond to wildland fires if the governor needs them to, thanks to trainings at Fort Harrison. Through the trainings, the soldiers earned their incident qualification card, also called a red card. MTN's Ali Kaiser was at one of the 5 days of training and introduces us to one soldier on a mission to help others.
If you feel like you're working hard, take less.
76 Montana National Guardsmen and airmen got their hands dirty constructing fire lines, water handling with hoses, and using fire shelters for protection.
Ooh, it's hot in here.
One soldier,
Like, how often do we go without showers?
is Sergeant Lauren Brooks with the Montana Army National Guard.
I have always been attracted to the protective element, doing hard things with strong people.
He is one of the guardsmen who is volunteering his time to undergo the wildland firefighting training to get his red card.
These people want to be here. They want to help prevent any damage from wildfires, so we're anticipating getting activated at some point.
The guardsmen and airmen who now have their red cards could be activated by the governor at any time if other firefighting agencies need support.
The way I look at it is we're all one big team, we're all one big family. We're all here trying to do the same thing and help protect our communities around us.
The last time the Montana National Guard was called in to help fight wildland fires was in 2021.
Pretty busy year, lots of fire going on around the state.
And the Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation partners with various fire departments on the trainings to get the soldiers and airmen ready to go when the call comes in.
They really gave a depth of experience that helped inform me. I feel better prepared if we get activated.
At Fort Harrison, I'm Ali Kaiser, MTN News.
Firefighters from multiple departments battled a massive blaze at an abandoned building in Whitefish Sunday night. The fire broke out around 7 p.m. near Edgewood Place and Wisconsin Avenue. Crews arrived to find the structure fully engulfed in flames. The fire was too dangerous to enter, forcing firefighters to battle it from outside using aerial water streams. A second alarm brought in additional resources from neighboring communities, including Columbia Falls, Evergreen, and Kalispell. Heavy equipment from Whitefish Public Works helped extinguish remaining hotspots. Firefighters worked through the night, finally clearing the scene early Monday morning. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. In Great Falls, a man is dead and another facing criminal charges after an accidental gunshot in a Target parking lot Sunday. As time goes on, we are learning more about the situation and the victim. MTN's Tommy Lynch reports.
On July 13th, around 2:30 a.m., dispatch received a call for a gunshot wound to the head at the Target parking lot. The victim has been identified as Jackson Molnar. A Ryan Nguyen and two others were there. Nguyen said that he shot Molnar. Court reports say that the four people were hanging out in their cars. Molnar wanted to see Nguyen's gun, grabbed the slide, and pulled it toward himself. Nguyen's finger was inside the trigger guard, and the gun went off, shooting Molnar. Officers saw alcoholic beverages in and around the vehicles and believe the four people involved were drinking. MTN has reached out to family and friends of the victim, but so far has not heard anything back. According to comments on Facebook, the four people involved were friends who hung out often. As this is an active investigation at the time, the Great Falls Police Department does not have more information. However, Lieutenant Matt Fleming did reiterate the importance of gun safety and following the 4 general rules of firearm safety.
The first one generally is to treat all firearms as if they're loaded. The next one is never point a weapon at anything you don't intend to kill, destroy, damage, or pay for. Third one is to keep your finger off the trigger until you've made the conscious decision to fire. And the fourth one is to know your target, what's around your target, what's around you, to include what's behind you if possible.
Fleming said that firearm accidents tend to occur when more than one of these rules are broken.
Generally speaking, in order to have an unintended incident with a firearm, if you think about these comprehensively, normally 2 of these rules have to get violated.
Nguyen, a member of the Air Force, is facing a charge of negligent homicide and has been released into the custody of his first sergeant. In Great Falls, I'm Tommy Lynch, MTN News.
We're behind a cold front, so some of us already hitting our high temperatures for the day earlier this morning. It's just only gotten cooler out there. Let's take a look at some of the spots around the Horn. 54 right now in our state capital, Helena. We've got 62 in Missoula. Up in Havre, we're at 53 rather in Kalispell. Billings sitting at 56. We've got 54 in Butte, 63 though in Bozeman, 57 in Miles City. Down in Cody, we're at 67, 61 in Sheridan. And we got a lot of rainfall out there. We do have waves of moisture coming in. For some of us, we haven't seen the heaviest stuff yet. This afternoon, this evening into tomorrow morning, where we could see a good bit of rain, and there's the possibility southern parts of Montana, northern parts of Wyoming, where we could see severe weather. This afternoon through this evening, gusts up to 60 miles an hour, quarter-size hail, the main concerns. We'll take a look at that future cast with the main forecast coming up.
Now time for today's leading look as we follow some of the other stories making headlines. A former professional boxer accused of murdering a Billings woman on July 4th pled not guilty to a charge of deliberate homicide. 40-year-old Anthony Ray Sullivan is accused of committing the crime while the woman's daughter was asleep in the house. According to charging documents, the young daughter told police that she heard Sullivan arguing with her mom, 37-year-old Carrie Daly, in the early morning hours. Officers responding to a welfare check found the woman's body inside a bedroom closet, appearing to have bruises on her head, neck, and arms. Sullivan is being held on a $500,000 bond. And we are learning new information on his arrest and what led up to that moment down in Riverton, Wyoming. According to the Cowboy State Daily, a woman traveling north of Riverton on Highway 789 found a man lying on the ground of a traffic pullout in front of her RV. She says the man was yelling, saying he killed his girlfriend and was asking someone to call 911. Sullivan was then arrested on DUI charges. A late-night crash in Big Sky leaves 4 people seriously injured. Investigators still piecing together what caused the crash. It happened just after 10:30 Saturday night near the Conoco station on Lone Mountain Trail. According to the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office, it was a single-vehicle rollover crash. 4 adults were in the vehicle, 3 ejected, all reportedly suffering life-threatening injuries. Investigators don't yet know what caused the crash. Deputy Dan Hayden has this advice if you're traveling in the Big Sky area.
Down, wear your seatbelt, be sober, and keep your eyes on the road. And if you do those 4 things, you're going to be able to have a safe commute either to work or to come and recreate in Big Sky, and you won't have any problems navigating the canyon or Lone Mountain Trail.
Montana Highway Patrol and the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office are investigating the crash. And that's your leading look from across the state. In Yellowstone County, the Billings City Council approved not 1 but 2 tax increment finance applications last night. Now more than $1.3 million will be aimed towards 2 development projects, both putting housing and safety in the public spotlight. One proposal includes the installation of pedestrian crossing beacons on Montana Avenue. The second and the largest of the 2, the renovation of the long vacant Masonic Temple downtown on the corner of North Broadway and 3rd Avenue North. That will involve more than $1.3 million in tax increment financing, or TIF dollars. Council members say the temple building has been vacant for nearly 5 years since the COVID-19 pandemic. It was then purchased by a developer with plans for a $7.9 million renovation with space for retail, housing, and more offices. In education news, Montana is getting a $4 million grant to launch a registered teacher apprenticeship program. The program will be the first of its kind in the state. The grant comes from the U.S. Department of Labor, and the state will use the money to implement a 4-year Earn While You Learn apprenticeship program for kindergarten through 12th grade educators. Initially, the program will support 40 Montana districts, including a dozen in rural and tribal communities. Upon successful completion of the program, apprentices will become licensed K-12 educators in Montana. And there are a number of reasons parents choose to homeschool their kids, and the recent Montana legislative session enacted a law to make the process easier. MTN's Tim McGonigal spoke with stakeholders about homeschooling.
With 5 kids, Lindsay Nearing and her husband Rich have their hands full.
So our oldest boys are 16 and 14, Sadie's 12, Blake is 8, and then our little guy is 1.5.
Before moving to Great Falls, Rich's job kept the family on the move. That's when they took the homeschooling route, and after 9 years, haven't looked back.
Since that point, we've just fallen in love with the lifestyle.
Lindsay and Rich are both products of public schools. They have nothing against the public system, and are firm believers in choice.
My oldest is actually attending CMR right now, going into his junior year. So I feel strongly it's really nice to have options.
Lindsay manages a robust Facebook page for homeschoolers and leads a homeschool co-op. The last legislative session saw passage of House Bill 778.
It doesn't affect really much in the day-to-day life of homeschooling families in Montana, but what it does do is it separates legally homeschools from private schools. The other main thing it does is it removes the requirement for homeschool families to keep immunization records and provide them to the superintendent if they're requested.
Passage of House Bill 778, along with changing perceptions of the educational practice, are something that supporters hope to have homeschooling on the upswing.
The most important thing it does, it just continues to protect the homeschool freedoms that we have for families in Montana so that we can continue to focus on our kids and provide what we feel is really best for each one of our children.
Great Falls Public Schools is using technology to help homeschoolers.
We have purchased more licenses for our online platform to support hopefully homeschool families or families from out of district that are looking for a remote platform.
The platform is free of charge to parents of secondary students, but spots are limited. Mainwaring says through the website, it's easy to apply.
You scroll down just a little bit, it says online school, and that gives lots more information and a place to fill out a quick application.
GFPS has actually offered the online platform since COVID.
It is an accredited program. We have certified licensed teachers providing the credit, and it's flexible.
Each state has different regulations, and Montana's been a really friendly place to homeschool.
In Great Falls, Tim McGonigal, MTN News.